Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm in Florida today, Central Florida, subtropical zone, and I'm going to talk to you about how to propagate bamboo. Now what I have next to me right here is the giant timber bamboo, the green bamboo. This gets 3 to 4 inch culms or stems, and it's the best kind that you can find right here in Central Florida for building. Very strong, you know, the insects don't like it too much. It's difficult to propagate, very low % of success, but I learned 3 different techniques and I'm going to share with you today how to do it. So this is an older piece of bamboo. This is the type you want to cut and dry and use for building stuff. But right next to me here I have a younger piece, and this one is actually growing to the side a little bit. You can see it's growing to the side. It's not in a very ideal location, and so I need to cut it anyway. And what I'm going to do is plant it in the ground and see if I can get it to grow. Now the sawzall is my favorite tool for cutting the bamboo. It works great. I'm going to go ahead and cut it, you know, towards the main plant here. And I always cut right next to a node. That way there's not that much room for insects, and later I can cut that down to the ground. But this is what I have left with here, this giant piece here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it again where it stops curving, so I have a nice straight piece. And this I'm gonna put right into the ground. So here I have my big cutting of the giant timber bamboo ready to be put in the ground. So rather than most cuttings I make, which are only 1 to 2 nodes, this bamboo cutting, I'm leaving it about 7 feet tall, and I'm gonna put the entire thing, lay it in the ground, and then cover it up with some soil. And then what I'm hoping is that some of these nodes here will sprout. I am leaving a couple of the leaves on here, and so I hope to get sprouts and I hope to get roots. And it takes a long time, maybe 3 to 6 months, even up to a year, but you'll see a fresh new shoot coming out, and then you can go back into the ground and cut that piece out wherever it grows. So here I have about, you know, 10 nodes, 10 different spots that it can possibly come out, and leaving it together as one piece, that will help, you know, give more carbohydrates, some storage energy for the plant to generate those new roots and shoots. So I continued cutting off the side branches all the way up to the very tip, and I hope this will give me some more chances of propagating the bamboo. I think the older branches, like the bottom part of the bamboo, is going to sprout the best, but I'm going to try this skinny little upper part too. Maybe it will have more plant hormones to generate some more roots and shoots. So let's put them in the ground and see what it looks like. So here I have the 3 pieces from that one bamboo that I cut. They're about 7 feet each, and I kind of just scraped away the bamboo mulch and down to the bare soil. This is a nice moist spot that some of the rain runoff from my roof comes down here. So I've started bamboo here by accident. I'm going to try it here again. So I have some nice organic compost here, and I'm going to use this to cover up the bamboo. This should do a good job of keeping it moist and getting it to root. I'm going to cover all along the bamboo stems. It might take a couple buckets here. Okay, there, so I covered it up. It almost looks like it's already growing. You can see the original bamboo culm here, and then I covered it with the nice rich compost. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just top it off with a little bit of this bamboo mulch, and then it will just blend right into the environment, and hopefully it will give it a happy little nursery here to sprout up. So I'm gonna leave this alone and finish covering it, and I'll check back with you in a couple months. So here's method number 2. Remember how I cut this bamboo off and then I laid the cutting in the ground to make a propagation of bamboo that way? The second way to do it is to cut the bamboo and let it regrow here. So there will be new baby sprouts coming out of this, maybe up to a month, after you cut this off. And then you can take this as either a single node or a double node cutting and then cut it right below the node and plant this in a pot. I found this works with single node cuttings. My buddy Pete in Hawaii taught me this trick and it worked pretty good. We were propagating black bamboo out there, which is very difficult. But what happens is when the bamboo starts to shoot here, all of those new shoots have all those plant growth hormones to put out the roots and the new shoots, and that will help to propagate this part right here. So that's method 2. And then method 3, I'll show you a picture, is just when you have bamboo in a pot is real easy, or it can be in the ground, but then you have to dig a lot, and you literally just divide it, cut it in half with your shovel, or take it out of the pot and cut it into 2 pieces, and then that's a pure division of the bamboo. That's definitely the easiest, but often we don't have the bamboo in the pot. You can buy it in the nursery that way, but if you can get one started by one of these other methods and then keep it in a pot and then propagate it, cut it in half, plant half of it, keep the other half in a pot. That's a really good method of doing that. And I'm currently doing that method with both this and the baby blue bamboo that I have also on my property here.